What's up, guys? We are headed to Denver, Colorado, and oh man, somebody just got pulled over. That sucks. That sucks. Now, the reason why we're headed to Denver, Colorado, you guys will see we are towing a trailer back there. We have the Corvette in there. Unfortunately, the Corvette is sold. I sold it right from under you guys, and I wanted to post about it to see if somebody wanted to buy it, because I had a few people on Instagram reach out to me saying, please let me know you're going to sell the Corvette. And I feel bad because things happen so fast. Now, my wife is actually ahead of us, not in that semi truck. She's actually just going a little bit faster, but we're trading her car in too, so what we're getting is actually going to be for her. But let me show you guys real quickly. You see the fuel economy? We're getting 13.1 on this trip so far. The drive summary, the last time we stopped, we were basically still close to home, but we've driven 94.9 miles and we've averaged 10.1 miles to the gallon. Now, so far for the trip, we're at 10.8, so not too bad actually, I would say. And so we have been climbing quite a bit. You guys can probably tell out on the horizon, there's mountains all around us. We're at 5,400 feet. We were at 7,000 feet at the height. So you can only imagine, you know, the type of fuel economy a truck like this can get when you have 38. I have 38 by 13 and a halves. And I also have a 2-inch extra ride height on this truck. So in total 4 inches for the AT4X. But regardless of it, that ain't bad. You know, to get close to 10 miles to the gallon. I mean, I'll be honest with you, this truck is getting horrible fuel economy compared to what it was before I put these 38s on it, unloaded. But towing it doesn't seem to affect it as much. So I'm trying to figure out how that works out. Now, I will say I am running a 5W40 oil, and that's probably why you clicked on this video, because I want to discuss some of my findings, because I'm actually shocked at some of the things that I've noticed with this new oil. Now, most of you guys know I've been running 15W40 in this truck since it was new, and I highly recommend the 15W40. Now, the main reason why I decided to switch, hold on one second, was to see if the 5W40 gave any extra benefits. Now, so far I've been running this oil. The biggest benefit you'll see with the 5W40 is obviously the flow. So when you start the truck up, the oil pressure gets up to about maybe 80s. Now, I haven't run it in like really cold climate, but what's gonna happen with that 5W40 obviously is it's gonna start high, right? Because it got to get through the engine, but it's gonna come down significantly quicker than the 15W40. So even when I plugged my truck in, the 15W40 still took about, I would say, a couple minutes to really get that pressure down versus the 5W40, which really within like, I would say like a few seconds, it's already like kind of starting to come down, you know, once you're like kind of driving on the road. So that is obviously the biggest benefit. In the colder climates, it's gonna flow better, it's not as thick. So the other benefit that people talk about is the fuel economy. I haven't noticed a big difference on the fuel economy with the 5W40. Maybe here and there, if I'm like cruising on the highway, I can get close to maybe a mile per gallon better, maybe if it's the right circumstances. But for the most part, I haven't noticed a big difference on the fuel economy. Now, I'll have to run the 15W40 again at some point, but I still have to probably go another 15,000 miles before I can do that, because I still have like 5 gallons of that oil at the house. But yeah, overall, as far as the flow goes, the oil pressure, it does drop down significantly quicker, and I do like that, obviously. And then of course, fuel economy, I don't think that it's gonna save you a lot. And my truck does have weight loss program, so overall, my truck is getting better fuel economy altogether. But I wouldn't buy the 5W40 for the fuel savings. Just telling you right now, it's probably not worth it. Now, here's something that's gonna make you guys laugh. Because I've been running 15W40 for so long, I did notice that my exhaust brake is not as strong as it was before. Let's go ahead and check it out. So we pretty much caught up to wifey. We're 10,000 feet above sea level, and now we're about to go down. So let's go ahead and see how this exhaust brake handles. So 67, and then I'm gonna let off. So you see that? How it's just kind of holding 70 and now it's going back up. In the past, when I had my 15W40 oil, it would actually start slowing me down. Now if I tap the brakes, let's see, I'm gonna tap it once, 2 more. Now this is 3. There it is, there's the downshift. And once it downshifts, it is stronger, but initially when I had these 38s, because I've already towed with my 38s and my lift and everything, when I let off, it would actually start slowing me down, not just maintaining the speed. And even as you guys just saw, it wouldn't even maintain the speed. I'm in 9th gear right now, just so you know. But normally where the exhaust brake starts to get stronger when you're going down these grades at the speed is about 7th gear. Maybe some of 8th gear too, but overall, this is just something to consider. Like I said, I will probably run the 5W40 out, and then I'm gonna go back to 15W40. For me, since I have a garage, I don't have to worry too much about like the cold weather, because I can just plug my truck in. The only issue I could ever have is if the power were to go out. But if that were the case, I could just drive one of my other cars. So again, I know some of you guys might think that plugging a truck in at like 30 degrees, 20 degrees is like not worth it still. But I like the idea of getting that oil hot enough to get through that engine, so that way we don't have any issues. Like, we don't know why those oil coolers were failing in the past. Like, there's still no information on why that was happening. So I want to make sure I do everything in my power to prevent any type of failure. So that's why it's good to keep your oil changed, maintained. That's why you guys are going to see here in a second, I do have a website now offering up some oil that I use. I use Lorenzo's oil. They have the tungsten in it, which really good stuff. I'm supposed to be doing some videos now with my oil analysis. I'll have oil analysis available for sale on my website too. Be sure to check it out. Actually, let's go ahead and jump over to that really quickly. So here it is. I know some of you guys have been asking me about Insane Diesel, and as you know, I do have their oil bypass. This is a must-have, especially if you're someone looking to keep your truck for a long time. They have it for just about every engine, I would say. They also have like universal kits too, but if you don't know what this is just a secondary oil filtration system. So again, this is good for keeping your oil as fresh as possible. It catches a lot of the things that get into your oil and contaminate it, because this can pretty much filter down to 1 micron. So this will allow you to extend your oil changes with peace of mind, knowing that your oil is going to stay fresh. And if you're someone looking for fuel additive, they do have really good fuel additive too. You can do some research on theirs. Also, their engine oil is my favorite simply because they do add tungsten to it. And if you do some research on tungsten oil, this is the main reason why I switched over to them. It is not cheap. I will tell you now, their oil is not cheap, but it is worth it. They do offer a 0W40 for gas engines. They have the 10W30, 5W40. You see 5W30 for gas engine here. And of course, they have the 15W40 as well. So all in all, really good stuff. Be sure to check out my website. It's right here, jb-reviews.myshopify.com. And looking forward to adding some merch really soon too. So I want to show you guys really quickly. I'm going to actually do a manual downshift. I just want to get up to a little bit higher speed real quickly. So let's see here. You guys ready? I'm going to downshift now. So I'm in 7th gear. So even when I do this, the downshifts are not that strong. So I'm gonna drop it down to 6th gear now. It's a little bit stronger, But I feel like the transmission is doing more of the work now, and that's the only difference between having the 15W40. I cannot wait to put 15W40 back in this truck, because you guys are going to see right out of the gate how much of a difference it is with the exhaust brake. It's actually a pretty big difference in my opinion. So yeah, this is something to consider, you know. Hey, like I'm actually shocked about that. Like, I would have never thought in a million years that your oil viscosity could make your exhaust rate weaker. Very insane. And because I've been using 15W40 for so long, I noticed that right out of the gate when I turned on my exhaust brake. Hopefully you guys can see, we're at 203 degrees for the oil temp. Transmission's at 167. We just keep climbing. So we went down like 8,000 feet. Now we're back up to 9,500 feet. And we are just climbing. I mean, having an additional 125 horsepower is nice, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Feels real good. Now, I will do a tow test on the way home for you guys. And I'll show you fuel economy, things like that. But this was just a quick video to show you guys some of the things that I found with obviously having that 5W40 oil. But be sure to subscribe to your channel. Right now I'm not running the Lorenzo oil because I'm still waiting to hear back from the oil company. They wanted me to do some testing on their oil, and hopefully I'll have an additional option out there for you guys should you want to try something else too. But yeah, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Make sure Barbeques are on. See you guys soon.